Communications specialist and former journalist Miguel Evelyn Fevrier thinks that the stalwarts of the United Workers' Party have lost faith in their leadership and have already conceded the next general election to the ruling Labour Party.
I believe, if you ask me, the United Workers' Party, the real United Workers' Party, not the new WP, is like 2001. They have already conceded and they know they're going to lose that election. They can't fight with the progress and development that's been happening, but they also want to get rid of Alan Chastanet. They've had the polls. They keep suppressing it at the highest level, but the polls have stated that Alan Chastanet and Guy Joseph are the ones that they need to get out of the party. They have created a bad image for the party. So what I believe the United Workers' Party is doing, the real United Workers' Party, is allowing it to run its course. They've already conceded, and they're going to allow Alan Chastanet to lose this next election so they can finally have a reason to get rid of him as they wanted to.
Miguel Evelyn Fevrier was a television reporter who found himself a target of the United Workers' Party for years, whether that party was in government or opposition. Less than a year after he was released from his contract as a communications officer in Stephenson King's ministry, found himself in UWP's crosshairs once again, as UnitedPackSt.Lucia.com published a headline saying Nemo has hired an ex-convict.
I'm not sure why. Like I said, there are thousands of people on St. Lucia who have anti-UWP posts on social media, and more rabid than mine have been.
Fevrier does have a political theory about why the opposition would spend time and energy on a former journalist turned communications officer who can no longer be labeled as a political operative after being released from his contract.
It has become increasingly difficult for them to smear this one prime minister, that's a sitting one, the Honorable Philip J. Pierre. So they have to resort to taking other actions outside of the main sphere of politics and discussion of policies. So you've seen that they've attacked Honorable Ernest Taylor, the Deputy Prime Minister, profusely. We've seen Alison Shaw, Dr. Alison Shaw, the Speaker of the House is being sued, the Honorable Claudius Francis, and of course the CEO of the CIP, McLeod Emmanuel. Now, each individual that I mentioned, they have their own circumstances, but the fact that the opposition is targeting them for whatever reason, whatever their reason may be, it shows that they have a real problem impugning the reputation and the integrity of Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre.
He noted that when the United Workers' Party was in power, Labour did not seem to have the same problem laying blame directly at the feet of the then Prime Minister Alan Chastanet.
When it was the other way around, I'm sure you remember when his counterpart was the leader of government, there was no issue because misstep after misstep, it was not hard to find the egregious policy decisions and other acts by the former government's leader to point at, and there were no personal attacks.
He insists that there are forces within the opposition currently biding their time until the next election proves that Alan Chastanet and Guy Joseph do not have what it takes to lead what was once one of the most successful political parties in the Caribbean.
This is not me just supposing or making any suppositions. I have spoken with stalwarts and long-time stalwarts from the United Workers' Party who basically express the same sentiments. They want to get rid of those two. They need to cut off the head of that snake of the new WP so that they can restore the UWP to its former glory.
Fevrier shied away from defending himself from the opposition's accusatory internet posts. However, in his capacity as a political analyst, Fevrier said that as St. Lucia draws closer to an early general election, the political squabbling has already reached a point where personal attacks have become normal, and even the daughter of the Prime Minister has been targeted because she currently holds a relatively low-level job with the Citizenship by Investment program. Which begs the question, who is fair game in politics? Do we now live in an era where everyone, including family, professionals, and non-political actors, can be targeted for political reasons? For Choice News Now, I'm Jason Seafley.